I forgot to copy the part with the integrated circuits text.
That's there. Integrated circuits. I can see it.
Yes, because I just pasted it back via a set of shenanigans involving the end and copying region files.
God, that sounds awful.
But then copy over all the other proofs that disappeared too from the end.
Okay,
Including shadow facts.
where should I sit? I need to sit somewhere where I get a good view. And I need to sit somewhere where I get both good view and I can. So I need somewhere that's good to record. Seriously, my only requirement is a need to record. It's the good place for recordings.
The closest
think I'm
road
going
to
to
the
record up here.
stalker, and you know.
So
Hold on.
Vic, are you going to come view the talk?
Do you see me jumping on a chair?
Who?
No,
Where?
I didn't see you jumping.
Me, the Guru 90.
Channel
I'm just jumping
The seat
on a
I'm in is
chair
decent.
up top.
Oh yeah, I see you here, but you aren't jumping.
Yeah, exactly. That's the chair I would have used to record.
Why are people still teleporting me?
Okay, Asie, I teleported you a while ago.
Yes, but I was
But-
busy. I was
I'm
busy preparing the talk. I told you.
I thought you were still stuck. No, at the time, it was when you were
I
stuck
told
in
you
the end.
twice. I
No,
told
it was
you,
when
I
you were
told
stuck
you.
in the end.
No, you
It was-
teleported me earlier to the convention part, and that's what aborted me to this.
Okay, that was T-Terrac. That just did now.
Yeah,
Ah.
I tried.
Q9C9P
I tried to
Next
teleport
time ask
to
me.
you. I didn't mean to
Okay,
teleport. I tried to teleport to you. Cool.
Okay, right.
I'm sorry,
I'm
It's
setting
okay.
up
It's
for
my fault.
recording.
I didn't know how the TPX command worked. So if you just put in a name, it
Yeah,
teleports
excusing.
them to you.
Okay,
It's
I'm
not
sorry,
like the
I'm
normal
sorry then.
command.
I'm sorry. I'm just stressed. Sorry.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's...
Asie, calm down.
I want to point out that we can't see anything. I can't see as. Should I go closer to the screen because I can't see anything typed on it? Or should
No,
you
hang on.
increase-
Just give me time. Just give me.
Giving you time.
Yeah, now someone close the arch door.
Yeah. So.
People, get out of the way! Shadowfax, get out of the way of the screen. Ah, okay, right. Time to start. Okay. I'm
Okay,
doing
so-
a video recording.
Okay. Okay, so sorry for the slightly rough situation. Just before the AMA, I accidentally abused the whole thing, but it's better
Yeah,
now.
you did.
As you can see, for my con, as it's very hot in Poland right now, we
Skyrim
installed
started
extra air
recording.
conditioning.
Skyrim stopped recording.
Yeah.
Copy girl entered channel.
Yeah, so today I'm going to do an AMA session. I do them once in a while because I know that for some people
Skyrim
I'm
started
a very
recording.
controversial person. For other people, I'm just an attention whore. But that depends on the person. So if you want to ask me any questions or if you want me to discuss any subject, please go ahead. We've got about 50 minutes because after that Jared wants to do his talk. So go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question. Can you talk about just a bit about the Nova API?
Oh, the Nova API. Well, I don't know much about what's been happening to it recently because I left it early on, but it seems to be accomplishing its purpose, which I set out for it in the beginning. See, my vision of Nova was that I got the idea a while ago, and I started working on it. Please stop with the fireworks. I started working on it in January because I saw fiber optics FMC API coming out, and I felt that the community might need a loading system agnostic API. So the same mode would work on 1710, on 18, on FMC, on Forge, on M3L, on Mudloader, whatever crazy things we invent. And it seems that the Nova community has largely done that. We have Nova working on 1710 and 18 with the same mods now. Generally, what Nova is, it's an API which is not dependent on Minecraft. It has its own classes, its own wrappers for everything. it's kind of like Bucket in that it has its own APIs, except Buckets were very similar to Minecraft. Ours try to be platform agnostic for whatever future refactors and games
Scissorland
come.
entered channel.
And it's been going rather
Hello.
well. I'm rather excited for it. Hello.
Hello.
Next question.
Asie, I have a question.
Hang on, Blur has a question. When will you finish the Magnum Opus mod pack?
Never.
Valve
That's
time.
a good answer. That's a good answer.
Channel. Ljava.
Right
tongue
around
sticking out.
Zycraft.
Channel. Kodos. /me raises his
Well,
Yeah,
hand.
right.
it'd be
When Minecraft
sooner
gets released,
if
I
it-
might.
Channel.
It'd probably be sooner if
STWNX.
AC doesn't
Do
rewrite
/me
it
on
again.
MC instead.
Yes, I think I just rewrote 2 weeks ago.
However,
I'm
each
just
time
going-
are you getting closer to what you want?
Sometimes I actually get a bit further away.
Well, at least it helps you realise it.
It helps me realize it.
As in, like, it helps
Okay.
you work out what exactly you want.
Okay, so Asie,
Okay,
can I ask you a
next
question?
No, I have another question.
Oh.
What is your favorite mod? Not your own ones or the ones you work on. So I cannot answer factorization because I actually worked on factorization recently. I cannot answer Buildcraft, I cannot answer Chisel, I cannot answer Extra Biomes Excel, I cannot answer MMS mods because I worked on all of them in one way or another. So I think... What is what you didn't work on? Industrial craft maybe, yes. Yes, the answer works for the question. So, I didn't... Oh. Okay, well, my favorite mod out of the ones I didn't work on, I'd say that... No, I did work on Open Computers, actually. I donated the font rendering system. So, I think...
016NOJR
I
entered
think...
channel.
No, I worked on Apple Milk
Integrated
Tea.
circuit.
Hey,
I
Asie.
worked on Apple Milk Tea too as well, and I worked on Little Maid Mob as well.
You haven't worked on
Um,
Flux Crystals.
Integrated
Oh,
circuits.
come on. Copy.
So
okay.
the problem
so-
here is that you work on everything that you
Okay,
like.
so please tell me the question. I'm trying to answer this one. Railcraft. I didn't work on Railcraft and I love it. Got it. Yes, Railcraft.
What about
Okay,
more
so-
integrated circuits?
So next, how are you feeling about that Axel EIIL 1.8 port? Are you going to redo it? I feel it's nice because I don't want to be touching 1.8 anywhere ever, and so I will redo it if I see that 1.8 has more players than 1.7.10. Right now, 1.7.10 is the most popular version and the version to stay. So yeah. Nova API. So the Nova API means mods wouldn't need to update to new versions. Yes, pretty much,
However-
because it's not connected to the Minecraft source code or engine in any way.
However, I do want to note that Nova is definitely not it's like it probably might go through a refactor before 1.0.
Yes, well, before 1.0 it will go through refactors, but it's going to be more documented and easier to port anyway.
Yeah.
So, okay, in your opinion, is IC2 Classic better than IC2 Experimental? There are different mods for different niches, and IC2 EXP has more mod compatibility, while IC2C has less grind. I have to say, I think they're both for different types of people, so there's no one single winner. Although I am bitter about that Experimental will never fix their init right. With all the different episodes of drama, what is your favorite mod dev war? That's a good one. That's a very good one.
AC has stopped responding.
Can I say? I don't know. Maybe me versus the world. Yes, that's a good one.
Basically, you versus everything.
Yes, exactly. Next.
AC,
where
I'm
do-
just
where
gonna-
do you? Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. You don't have to answer it now, just because at this point I'm never gonna get through to it. What do you identify yourself as? Because I know a lot of people on Twitter, like usually when they have an anime avatar.
That's a good question. Someone asked me whether someone actually asked me on the 4chan Minecraft General IRC if which pronoun I prefer, It's a good question, but generally I identify as a guy, despite the fact. And the reason I use female skins on Minecraft is because I like the characters, so why not? And combined with the nickname and my non-stereotypically male taste in anime girls, it causes confusion, yes. Let's see. Where do you live? Poland. MC for Windows 10 is coming. Any opinions about it? It's something that many people predicted. It's something that many people predicted that Microsoft will eventually try to make a Minecraft 2. And since Pocket Edition is very close to nearing feature parity with Minecraft Vanilla, it's really very close, that I feel Minecraft for Windows 10 might actually be Minecraft 2, though I think Minecraft 1 isn't going away just yet. It is a port at MCP, it is a port of MCP, however, just a few days ago I saw a tweet which said that MCP is getting a lot of features from Vanilla. So I think we will get an MCPE.
Can we take a lunch break?
No, because okay. So yeah, so that's why. So any other questions? Your name is AC Kirka. Are you related to Reika Colson? Yes, Reika is my sister, totally.
That would be hilarious.
Plot twist. What's your opinion about Minecraft Pi Edition? It was a one-time experiment, so there's not much opinion about it. It's free. What's coming for Buildcraft 7.1? We're rewriting lists. You can see the new lists in our booth. I'm redesigned the blueprint library GUI. I also want to do some improvements to the architect table and probably some new robots finally. Your Twitter background is from Nikijo. What is your favorite character of it? I don't know. I think it's going to be a tie between Nano and Hakas. As someone who doesn't know squat about Java, what would be the best mod to make to start with? Kodos, I think you should look into the...
you should
look into
wait
the Nova
until
API.
you should wait till our next booth after this, the next talk after this one to get into Minecraft modding.
It's only going to be Minecraft modding, and I think you should look into Nova because it's much easier than modding for Forge directly. What part of Poland do you live in? Northern Poland? Why aren't you looking at us when you speak? Because I'm too busy answering questions to manipulate my Minecraft window. What's your opinion on Fiber Optic? Fiber Optic is doing awesome work for the community, and he seems like one of the sanest people around. even saner than me actually, because I'm not very sane and not very stable, as you might have noticed. So I think Fiber's a good guy. You should really check out his work. Hello, Watchful. So, any more questions?
What's 1 plus 1?
What's 2 plus 2?
Fish.
What's 4
AC,
plus 4?
I have a question.
What's 8
I have a
plus
question.
8?
What's
AC.
16 plus 16?
What's 32 by 32?
64
What's
plus
object
64?
plus
What's
array?
128 by 100? Whatever.
Okay, AC, I have a AC, I have a question. What would you rather have as a pet? 200 horse-sized duck? No, 1 horse-sized duck? Or 200 duck-sized horses?
Of course. Of freaking course.
I think whichever option you choose, whichever option you choose, you can probably make a lot of money on eBay.
Best answer ever.
Nice.
One more question. What is your favorite implementation of a reactor in a mod? I've always been fond of how IC2 did it, but I like big reactors just for being a well-designed multi-block. But I kind of don't like the maintainer a lot.
What
Why
about
don't-
Okay, AC,
reactor
I have
craft?
another question.
I'm
So-
going through the question. Hang on, I'm going to go through the chat now. Why does every streaming service require Flash? That's because if you're using HTML5, your options for sending video to the client are very limited, and Flash gives you a bit more while still being on most computers. That's how, for example, Beam can have lower latencies. They're abusing flash features.
Okay, so my question is, sorry, why are you busy doing a talk when you have all of this FPS lag going on? Shouldn't you be fixing that?
The talk was scheduled, the FPS lag wasn't. We must be paid attention.
Exactly.
Guys.
That is perfect. That is perfect.
Perfect. Like you need FPS to list. Wait, what is 1 divided by 0? It's boom. How do I make up a question faster than you answer it? You just did. Will you rewrite the pump and build craft to be more server friendly? I rewrote it to not spam entities. And other than that, I need to see some logs of actual server unfriendliness to know what to fix. Why is Jaden?
I can provide those
I almost said Jaden, but I mean Jared. Why is Jared transparent?
Why?
Jared
Can
is
I explain?
transparent. Yes,
Can I
yes, you
explain
can.
this?
But yes, explain it.
Okay, so I'm transparent because I donated $4 to myself and my patron.
Nice. Great job, Phil.
Channel.
How many more mods are you planning to work on? I don't know. You have to check my power level.
I think the thing
Is it over 8,000?
Over
Yes.
9,000.
SPWNX. Try working with IC2.
AC doesn't
Channel
intend to make
SPWNX.
mods.
It needs
AC
devs.
just makes them whenever there's a need.
No, I don't tend
Okay.
to make mods. I just work on other people's mods and turn them into my own.
Okay, AC, I have 2 questions here now. Okay, why is the difference between... why did you make Buildcraft 5, 6, and 7? Why is the main difference, and why do you still
so
provide
the
downloads
story
for
is-
each of them?
So the story is that Buildcraft 4.2.2 was the final version by Copper Jaguar, and then Space Toad came back, and he said, let's port Buildcraft to 1.7, and thus they made Buildcraft 5. Then Space Toad restored the builder,
This is
and he
Joris
decided
entered
it's a big
channel.
enough feature that he needs to call it Buildcraft 6. And then I realized that we changed the entire look of the mod, and we did a ton of changes in Buildcraft 7, so I called it 7.
Okay, now my next question is...
No, let me do the chat questions.
No.
Okay, so when will Calclavia do actual work? You'd be surprised, but Calclavia actually does a lot of work on Nova, contrary to what trolls on 4chan say.
Yeah, you just see him commit in the log.
Yeah, let's see more. When is Jared finishing Flux Crystals 2? Ask this next hour. Why do you think
Yeah,
the
next hour.
Computercraft community is... Why do you think the CC community is so hostile towards the OC community? I think that's because the Computercraft community generally perceives OC as a clone, which feeds off CC's popularity.
I would
That's
like
why they
to...
kind of... Yeah?
I'd like to extend on this. I'd like to give like my answer to why I think this is like that when you're done. So
Okay, I'm done, so go on.
okay, I feel that there's so much hostility. It's between all mods that basically do the same thing. I'm sure there's hostility between Project Red and Blue Power, and Zarcraft, Project X, and Hexcraft,
Channel
or if it's even called
SPWNX,
Hexcraft, if it's
and Red Legend.
there. Okay,
Channel
since we stopped
SPWNX.
Project X, there has
Don't
been
forget
hostility between the mods, but I'm sure that if we actually had to continue it, there would be hostility there. So it's just basically, no, I came up with this idea first, stop stealing my stuff, like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question. We don't have time. Why did you port Buildcraft to 1.8? Sishuland, I actually got a tweet from Greymerk right now which explains
Channel,
it. I'm going to read it
Clap,
out.
Nor the obviously superior redstone mod.
And
Redstone paste. Tongue sticking out.
it says, well, with non-Java Minecraft
Channel,
around the band, I
Luklaria,
suppose I
tongue
wasted my
sticking
time updating to 1.8. Note to self, next time listen to AC Kirka.
I'm gonna say this. I hope it'll be possible to somehow port Nova to Minecraft.
Honestly,
to whatever Minecraft
I
version
think
they have for the
I
server.
think the Java Minecraft isn't going away yet, because I think those are two independent teams. We'll see how well Windows 10 edition goes. Anyway,
Okay, that question is
And the
satisfying. That's an answer.
Okay.
I mean.
Why is Jared African? What?
I'm South African and I was born here, so that's why.
Yeah, it's
But
yeah.
okay,
It's
guys, come on, guys.
come
I
on,
had
more
my own
questions. I
AMA.
run out of I run out of questions, and I still have half an hour. Isn't
Okay,
it a bit cold standing in all that air?
Okay, AC, I did
that's
have
actually a very
two
good-
questions for you. One of them was your favorite energy drink, Monster, Red Bull, or whatever other one?
I don't drink energy drinks because I think they're not very good for your health. I don't even drink coffee.
Okay, then my next question, let me just think of what it was.
Next.
I'm going to answer the next
Slime
one.
stopped
If they
recording.
end up enabling mods for Windows 10, do you see focusing more on
Slime
that?
started
I
recording.
feel that if they enable mods for Windows 10, it won't be as flexible as the Java ones. I'd say just wait. Blue Power, Project Red, or Amibis Red Logic, what's your favorite? Blue Power is great if you want something that extends on Red Power. Like, if you want to have tons of new stuff and things and fancy models, Blue Power is the way to go. Red Logic clones Red Power's logic and wiring, and it's very light, and you can use it without microblocks even, so it's good for general use. And Project Red is just terrible. Question: can you ask us a question? I will ask you some questions after the AMA.
Okay, I'll be back in 2 minutes, so just keep questions me later.
Isaiah, is it colder than hell in Poland at the moment? It's about 5 Celsius here. No, because we're on different hemispheres, and it works like this: when it's winter in Australia, it's summer in Poland, so it's very hot here. Why is 1.8
Wow.
why is
For
1.8
Europeans.
not working as intended even in vanilla? 1.8 is not working as intended primarily because I feel that Mojang was releasing it in the middle of a massive refactor, and they were pressed by the 12-year-olds
Video guy
to release
entered
a new
channel.
version, no matter how well it worked. So they just hit all the non-working stuff, and that's why we have such a mess situation. Why was the original Minecraft drama generator discontinued? I got bored of it. Why is AC asking questions
well,
related to
Microsoft
Taurus? Why
bought it,
not?
right?
Bito.
Yeah,
I
that's
have
the official,
question.
that's the official version. Why is AC asking questions related to Jared? I don't know. Jared answered that one. Why do you think Project Red is terrible? First of all, it made its original popularity before Chicken Bonus came along by stealing Amibis's code, and also because it just seems to mostly rip off other mods' features and essentially be a giant amalgamation of other mods' features with low red powers added on it. What's your favorite number, color, and letter? I'm not going to favor one over the other because that wouldn't be nice to the other one. Why did the chicken cross the road? What road?
Channel. Look, Loria. Isn't
This
that
is
what
Minecraft,
Project
we
Red
don't
was
have
meant to
phones.
do?
Can you put your legs behind your neck? No.
Okay, AC, I remember my question.
Now I want to try
Yeah,
that.
for your
Now I want to
question.
try
I
that.
learned new one. So go for your
Ow!
question.
Ow!
Okay,
Ow!
do you plan on keeping Bullcraft using MJ, or yeah, what are your plans on that?
I think you missed the last year or so.
Channel.
I mean RF. I meant
clone
RF.
RP, but it started
About
as a
RF,
full red
it's a good
logic code
question.
rip.
We cannot
And I
really
can't
move
know the
away.
answer.
Well,
I know the answer.
we aren't using RF internally at all. We're not using RF internally. Same with mods like Draconic Evolution or Z Industries, which have
Channel,
batteries larger
flat,
than Maxit.
No attribution to,
That is 2 billion
which is the
RF.
only thing needed.
So internally we're using something else, and the idea I'm sharing with is add support for arbitrary power systems. So like you have a config option and you can change the power system
Channel,
in Buildcraft
look,
Kinesis
Maria.
pipes and machines with that config option.
Could you do it multiple?
Okay, just by the way, I was referencing
Yes.
to the thing you mentioned in Resonant Ra's dev chat a while ago.
Yeah, we have tons of ideas. It's tons of ideas. Let's see. Do you think you could make an NEI alternative? Mess tried. Mess didn't do it very well apparently because it's not out. It's a lot of work mainly in terms of mod support. Thoughts on Redstone Flux in general. It's great for modpack developers and it's terrible for modpack developers. It's great for modpack developers because now finally they can mod based on their merits and not with power system they support. And it's terrible because there's no single standard of power of value of power. like with MJ, buildcraft was generally like the marking of the power value. For
Willy
EU,
Willis
it was
entered
actually
chat.
2, but for RF, you can base it around mechanism, NGRIO, thermal expansion, draconic evolution, anything. The problem is that anyone can make their generators output twice as much, and it won't be balanced because there's nothing to compare it to.
T-Terra,
What is-
when did you ask? Sorry.
What is your opinion on mechanisms new reactor being able to generate 9 million RF per tick? Good for it. If someone makes a pack where RF is not valuable, it's good, and others can just tweak the content. What is
So
what are your,
essentially, the answer is C above. C above answer.
yes. What are your opinions on standardizing on a version of Minecraft? The problem is Mojang is eventually going to actually improve things, I feel, when they're done with the refactor. Or when Microsoft does the refactor for them and kicks them out. I think we
scary.
should I think we should not focus on the future, we should focus on the now. And right now 1.7.10 is best in terms of modding. A question, what is the best version of Minecraft ever made in your opinion? If it's not 1.6.4, I hate you. I think it's actually the early beta phase before the RPG updates of beta 1.8 and 1.9. So I think beta
Willy Willis entered
1.7.3
channel.
somewhere around this.
Okay, AC. So my question is, why you're not transparent like I am?
Because because I'm a greedy person. How are you holding out with Jared on the stage? That's a good question.
I'm moving. Fine, you don't want me there. I was there for moral support, AC, okay? But obviously you don't want me, so I'll move. I'm just gonna go hide in this. I'm gonna hide in this corner now.
Okay.
Just put a chair like in the corner of the stage.
Okay,
Just
so
sit there and stare at him.
okay, so let's see the questions again. How are you? What other voxel games you play and why? I'm very excited for Mind Test myself because well, it's actually pretty terrible on terms of the internal coding, but it's the only other voxel game that has a community going for it, and it lacks developers. Is the camera block supposed to see players or only blocks? It only sees blocks. I never got around to making it see players, but that's planned since March 2014 actually. And next, what is your favorite frames mod? Trust mod has the most features right now, well, in terms of mod compatibility. Remain in Motion has the most functionality, but Amadornis is promised me he'll remove FMP and add buildcraft support, so I think frames. Have you made any non-Minecraft related games or mods? I made 64 pixels when I was like 13, and I made a few mind test mods. And generally, you can go on my site and pc.pl, and there's a list of what I made that matters generally. Do you like trains? Or do you prefer minecarts? Generally, I feel minecarts fit more in Minecraft, but I still have a nostalgic feeling towards train. What mods haven't you worked on but would like to? I don't think there's any because I already contributed to all the mods I wanted to, including factorization. If you had worked on ISO, what would you have done with it? First of all, I would try to make IC2 like Buildcraft in terms of allow it to support multiple energy systems, because IC2 would work much better as a machine mod nowadays, as well as a power mod with a unique mechanic. Ever played Dwarf Fortress? I could never get into Dwarf Fortress. I just don't have the time. Can you do an interpretive dance expressing your feelings about Buildcraft? Yes.
Did he just leave?
And he's gone.
What just happened?
Thank you, thank you.
I think you
Wait,
didn't
guys,
remember
what
that.
just happened?
I believe
What
that he
is-
wants
what
to be a
is-
turtle and go away.
Would you still mod MC if it was coded in C++? I would make a plugin loader which supports a real programming language, but other than that, yes.
Oof.
How old are you? I forgot.
Wait.
18.
Under
Do you know that
band.
your blog? Do you know that your blog is broken? Actually, no. If so, how long has it been broken? I think about a month. Do you prefer the questions you just answered, or does that involve other modders? All are fine. What is your opinion on Space Station 13? Both of the people I know from New Zealand love it, and they go to the same university. And one of them is a modder. And I always wanted to check it out, but never got a chance because I don't have anyone to play it with. As a follow-up to the IC2 question, thoughts on Greg Tech? It's not my play style. But
It's
I
not your
think
cup of tea.
Yeah, it's not my cup of tea. But I think Greg's nice, but he's a bit opinionated. But he's nice nowadays. He really improved from TCon days. Have you ever thought about BC Minecrafts? Well, I love to reach out to the Minecraft Xbox team to make an Xbox of Buildcraft, just for a source of profit from 12-year-olds for the Buildcraft project. Then I would maybe be able to take it on my Patreon. Why is my ancient and probably broken ASM bugfix mod in the pack? Because it fixes boats. It fixes boats, man. I love you for fixing boats. Round of applause for Willis, the man who fixed boats.
Hey!
Okay, next. What do you feel about PC editions? It's not my cup of tea again, but I respect it and I support it. But it's not really my cup of tea. But essentially, I as usually call it the thermal expansion conversion kit for Buildcraft. What's your opinion on waifu rights and human waifu marriage? Next question. No, I'm going to answer it. To be honest, looking at the direction the world has been going it for the last century, I think it's going to be a natural step forward when Oculus Rifts and VR methods become the norm. And when our AI gets sufficiently advanced, but it's very problematic for me, to be honest. I don't have my own opinion. I just feel that at some point it will be inevitable. Waifus aren't those big pillows. No, those are called dakimakuras. Will Buildcraft forever stay a utility mod?
Tornado entered channel.
It's not a utility mod,
Ken
it's a
will
tech
enter
mod.
channel.
Who's your favorite YouTuber, streamer, MC player? I think I'm
Himself.
split between. I'm a YouTuber sort of. I make a video a year, and I'm split between Bevo and Chillin because they both have done amazing
Cyanide
build
X entered
6 and
channel.
7 spotlights, let's plays, thingies. Why is there a backslash in the middle
Server
of the
entered
bottom
channel.
of the website? Is there? I need to check. Normie3. No. When did you last work on Ibn.js? I think 2 or 3 years ago. Check on GitHub. What's your opinion on running gags or memes? If it's not 9gag, I can probably tolerate it.
How do I hear TNT?
Oh shit.
Whoa.
Well, someone just blew a hole in the wall.
Okay,
I
that
think-
was not me.
I think that's an
Oh,
interpreted
wait,
dance.
I have to
This
say
is an-
oh yeah for her.
This is
Oh
an interpretation.
yeah.
Yeah,
Nice way to get in.
this is an interpretative dance about how good this code is. It's very explosive. It's booming in popularity. Okay, next
What just
question.
happened? Because my game is like behind a lot.
Is this sentence false? If so, is it true? Well, if the sentence is false, it's not true, so that's the answer. So is the sentence false? Wait. Oh no. I
No,
crashed.
don't think about it too hard.
20 minutes.
Alright,
So I
took
leave
your
then,
brain.
I leave. I leave. Okay, more questions, more questions.
Why is the server
Um,
lagging and what are you doing to fix it?
What's it, after the talk, I'm probably going to pretend it's not
The
lagging,
server
and
is
then I'm
not
going to have
lagging.
another talk. Yeah, the server's not lagging.
Channel.
Say that at
Nyokorea.
say that at 1,000
Server
times.
is being bad.
And you'll believe
The server is
your
not
answer.
lagging, it's
Chat.
just
60
beautiful
people on
graphics
attendance
cards.
in Europe. Okay, just give them some slack.
The server is lagging. The clients are lagging.
Why are the
now,
clients
serious-
lagging and why are you going to fix it?
Now, the serious answer is we don't know. We don't know, and we'll try to figure this out next con. I think it's just the fact that we have tons of stuff outside.
Yeah, all of this decoration
Um,
stuff is causing the FPS
Maybe
lag.
we don't know what. What is
Okay,
your
guys,
opinion on
let me just say, I'm sorry if
Uh-huh.
my transparency is causing FPS lag, but you will have to
It's
deal with
not.
it because I'm not
It's
removing
not.
it.
It's not. It's not.
What are you
What's your
talking
opinion
about?
on
I have
explosions
350
in tech
FPS.
mods? And do you think mods need more blasts?
Vincent Buchan entered channel.
Okay, so the problem with explosions is you have this thing in Minecraft. It's called chunk loading. So if half your energy system loads out, your machines will explode for no reason, or vice versa. That's why explosions are terrible. But explosions which are contained within a single machine are fine. Like try putting more, I think, water in a hot steam boiler in Railcraft, and it will blow up. So no, chain reaction is fine, but only if it's the fault of the user, not fault of the engine. That's the problem. Anyway, are you going to make a split arena here once the lag is gone? I think making a split arena would actually remove the lag. Like making a split arena of the con, it's the whole thing. It would actually remove the lag.
Because sooner or
Anyway,
later we'll
So
break this lag.
basically, turn the whole arena into a spleef
Just
arena.
make the then turn the entire con into a split arena and watch how people remove everything.
Yeah,
Anyway.
let you do that. Slash
okay.
give at all diamond pickaxe, right?
Okay. Which mods booth most interested you here?
Vincent Buchan entered
Hello,
channel.
Cyanide X. Oh.
Goodbye,
Okay.
Cyanide.
Which mods booth most interested you here? I actually didn't get
That is
get
not
a chance
Aircraft
to...
booth.
No, it's not, because I made it so I know what's going in. I actually didn't see many of the booths, so I think I actually spent the most time in the chisel booth, but only because I started lagging. So I don't
Okay,
know.
AC, based,
I think
let me
I
answer
think
this
the
one
open,
for you.
I think no.
Yeah.
I think no. I think the open corner is actually the most interesting because there's tons of stuff in there.
Yeah.
What's your favorite magic mod? I don't like any magic mod because of, let's call it, personal reasons. Religious reasons, maybe? Do you have an interpretative dance about Jared?
What about me?
An interpretative dance about you.
What?
I actually have an interpretative dance about you.
A dance about me.
Yes.
Wait, hold the tomatoes until he actually dances.
Preparing the defense.
Someone put on the worst con ever.
Okay, thank you.
Kidding.
What was that?
The backbone. You know what the worst part? Copy girl. Copy, I lost the backlog thanks to you. Thank you, good job.
Whoops.
Okay, so I lost all the questions before, so we need to repeat them. What mod add-on do you think makes the corresponding add-on too easy? I think... is there any add-on like that? I think there's tons of Homecraft add-ons which do that. Also, there's a Japanese Botania add-on which adds numbers to everything, so I think that.
Wow.
There was an add-on for Rotary Craft that made it run off RF.
Yeah, that didn't last long.
Yeah, right.
AC, when will we be getting our better than Minecon caps?
Okay, I don't know. I will answer that in a moment. Just type in the chat. How many people did you expect to attend? I expected that only the mod developers would come and nobody else. What do you have to say about the search in magic mod making inspire chunk loading and exponential? I have no idea which one it is.
That would be Atomic
Are
Tinker.
you sure? Are you aware of the fact that you are really interesting? I'm pretty boring. Can you do an impersonation of a motivational video I haven't seen? No. opinion on
Just
Star
say
Miner
just do
mod.
it a bunch of times and you win.
Opinion on Star Miner mod. It's really cool. It's really cool, but I haven't played with it. I really want to. I might actually do it next con. What's your opinion on Orstone? I haven't had a chance to play with it either. If it is cheaper and easier to get to rather than the actual Minecon. It's
Vexados
cheaper,
entered
easier,
channel.
and it's more fun because you can throw tomatoes and modders. Anything we can learn from Japanese mods? Well, my personal opinion is okay, so the Japanese mods, first of all, their permission situation is worse than ours. They actually have worse permissions around nowadays. Second, they do a lot more creative things. We have lost our, especially the tech modders. We have lost ourselves in the paradigm of tech has to be real industry. There's a mod in Japan which adds machines which run off tofu, and another mod which adds an energy system which runs off citrus fruits. I think
What?
it should be more about having fun, and not about trying to make the next big tech mod.
Nice.
I'm for that.
Why is Tofu Craft the greatest Japanese mod? It's Apple Milk Tea 2. Why are there two wrapper versions? Because the wrapper doesn't work cross versions, mods do. How can you find those Japanese mods? You go on forum.minecraftuser.jp and use a lot of Google Translate or Bing Translate. Actually, Bing Translate is a bit better at Japanese to English. Are you tired yet? Yes, but it's only 10 minutes left, so I can manage.
And then another hour.
Oh
God
no,
damn it, Lizzie.
the
What are
floor
you
is
doing?
on fire. Oh man, what did I sit
We
on?
threw
Why
too
did I
many.
on a
We threw
chair?
too many tomatoes, guys. We threw too many tomatoes.
Oh man. Okay, so let's go. Do you follow a lot of Polish streamers? None. Question: what the beep? I don't beep. No. Okay, so are you annoyed with anyone here yet? Yes, every single tomato thrower. And then you switch. Yeah, seriously. Oh no, oh no. Run!
Jeez.
Well, thank you
He's
guys
doing
for
another
watching.
interpretive dance.
No, I didn't finish yet. I did. Oh no. No, the con is leaking. Okay, so please keep it more serious. I'm trying to get a serious con going here, really. Okay.
You're funny.
He
What I
lied.
do?
He lied. Thoughts on recent ongoings. Which one? What are those Japanese mods like? You can find Apple Milk Tea 2 on CurseForge. It's probably the best one to check as it has some support in the English community already. Any questions for us? Seriously. Why do you like tomatoes so much?
Somebody give him some milk.
Guys,
kind of
I'm
invisible.
still
Zero entered
TTRX
channel.
seats. This is amazing.
Okay, so
Well, magical
any more
mods,
and
well,
questions
basically,
to me?
are kind of like the Japanese mods.
Yeah, keep in mind, I'm not going to be. Oh no, it's Master.
I'm visible
This man
for you.
is hated by 4chan and pretty much everyone else. So watch out.
Why?
Because I'm so
no,
much
take
better
this
than
question.
everybody, you know.
Matrix
If
Illuminati
you're not
in from
if
Rude
you're
by
not
the
into
server.
Russian culture, you won't understand. How many decorative mods does a good mod pack need? Not too many because it causes bloat and lag, but not too few because then there's not enough building creativity. I actually want to do a pack without chisel just for the challenge. What's the comment for the Q prefix? You just type Q. What games do you play except Minecraft? Expect Minecraft. Why should I expect Minecraft? I do expect Minecraft for Windows 10 to come out soon. What games do you play? I think some mobile games and solitaire. I don't know. Okay, some drums happening. So we went through the modding part, and now we're at the drama part. And please mute the microphone, the echo.
Please. Okay, there.
Okay, so what is the dumbest concept Minecraft mod you know? Search
Dirty diamonds.
But puzzle to diamonds is much better. Not that better than Minecon is a thing. Now that better than Minecon is a thing, do you ever plan to go to Minecon? Why would I go to Minecon if I have so much better people here? And at least I can have fun at Minecon. It'd be like at Minecon it'd be like 5 people sitting on chairs answering questions from 12-year-olds whose parents have too much money. And here I can talk with people who actually understand me. That's awesome.
We could barely
What do you
understand
think
you,
feature-wise Forge could benefit the most of? The best feature it could benefit from is the ability to distribute the MCP mappings to people fork it.
I think the best feature that Forge could have is actually having a maintainer that is not, that does not think that is the overlord of Minecraft modding or actually accept pull requests.
What is the worst feature currently in Forge? I think Forge has too many events, and that might be causing some issues when modders abuse them, lag related. How much dedicated WAM should I give a server? Depends on the user count. I successfully ran 30 user servers with as little as 2 GB. What is RF and why did modders adopt it? Hang on, I need to get something to drink.
Java moved to entry area.
Didn't you get enough tomatoes?
Have some tomato juice.
Yes, Sponix, I meant player and bot count. Player count is less important, but more important if they're on very separate chunks. Essentially, what's going to influence your RAM usage is the mod count and the loaded chunk count. So the more players you have, generally, the more chunks you have. But servers like this are an exception.
Channel.
Because we're all in one chunk, essentially. We're all in fitting like 4 to 5 chunks. Next, why was RF necessary? Essentially, Cover Jaguar made a bad decision with MJ. He forced every user of the MJ API to have a perdition or idle power draw in his machine, and some people didn't like it. Maxima pulled support for MJ, Skyboy made an ASM patch, and King Lemon invented Redstone Flux, which is essentially MJ with a simpler API and with integers for precise energy transmission. Thoughts of people moving to 1.8 out of spite rather than money? Well, I don't think anyone is moving out of money unless they're funded by 12-year-olds. And I think people are moving to 1.8 because they want to be the Columbus. They want to explore new grounds and be the first on a new version. Your opinion on chunk loading? My opinion on most things which try to show concepts that should be kept to the engine, to the player, are a bad idea. And chunk loading requires the player to be aware that chunks exist, and that's a bad idea. How do you feel about immersive engineering and their GitHub situation? They updated GitHub recently, so that's a non-issue, and they're updating their GitHub when you poke the blue sunrise enough. It's slowpoke the canceling Minecraft modding. I don't agree with the way FB's has most of its people working for free. At least that was the case 6 months ago. And however, I don't think he's killing Minecraft 100%, as he has little influence on the actual modders. Are you awesome? I don't know. You answer it. Should mod packs ship profiling tools like Opus? Right back.
Yes.
Okay. Should ship profiling tools like Opus? Witch hunts are always there. Like, so many people witch hunt Bushcraft for no reason other than being terrible 2 years ago. But I think they shouldn't, just because mod packs should be kept as light as possible. There should be an option to enable profiling tools, maybe. Where do you think the community would be now if RF was never created? I think I think people would just adopt Mechanism's power system or some other mod. Do you want some fried eggs? No. So okay, I think I'm now up with the questions. So I'm going to move to another room now. If you could choose between a car-sized phone and a card, what would you choose? I think I would choose a car-sized phone because I can buy a phone-sized car at any RC model store. What do you feel about CFH complaining about blog posts and enemy facing? Blog post complaints are baseless, and the enemy facing complaints are real because there's no enemy facing unknown and null checks in Java are terrible. It's better to have an enemy facing unknown. It essentially breaks many code patterns that we have in existing mods. So enemy facing is right. If you could live inside Minecraft instead of real life, would you? You know, I'm waiting for an open source VR kit, so to say, so that's my answer.
Well, you can just mod yourself anything you want.
My saying is, well, I couldn't go to a con, so I made one in Minecraft. And I don't really have a social life, so I'm going to make one in Minecraft. Other questions? Other questions?
Question, wow.
Are you aware that you have 1 minute left to answer questions?
No, I have however long I want. Also, Jared, I think you should prepare an image for the screen.
Okay, see, I can't. I literally cannot. My internet typed in /EP Asie like 5 minutes ago, and that still hasn't happened. I literally cannot do anything for this besides stand there and look cool.
Well, you can just send me the file via
Oh yeah, sure. John
okay,
has a raw file.
Okay, let's see.
Oh wait,
keyboard do
what
you
file's
use?
up?
No. What? Or like a bitmap on the screen. Anyway, back to the question. What keyboard do you use and what is your preference as a keyboard? I prefer quiet mechanical keyboards. Right now my keyboard I use at home is a cheap Razer Black Widow, but I hate it. I'm working on an adapter for the Apple Extended Keyboard 2, which will be my next choice. And what is your preference in keyboards? Yeah, and on the laptop I use the ThinkPad, old ThinkPad keyboard
Someone
because it's
entered
simply
channel.
amazing.
Okay,
Why is there a Pikachu
question.
with a skirt on behind the stage?
Why are you not playing on my server? Because I don't have time. Are you alright? I have many questions. Do you like the MC community? The MC community, it has its flaws. It has its dramas. But overall, I think there are bad people in it and good people in it. And the trick is to find the good people. It's the same for most large communities. How long is the crafting chain for a social life? There's a lot of microcrafting involved.
It's longer than Greg Tex.
And there's some randomness too. Have you used other JVM languages? No, but I plan to. What is the answer to Minecraft? Forge? Can we get more Jared? Yes, in a few minutes. Why are the companion cubes lined with light grey wool? No idea. If mods would transfer to real life, which one would be the most ridiculous? There's diamonds.
Okay,
What animals can you... What?
I have a question, quick. How big should the image be?
I think, well, 160 by 50, but it's actually 160 by 100, so keep the aspect ratio in mind.
Okay, 160 by 100, guys.
Okay, if mods would what animes can you command? That depends on your taste. If you like comedy, I think, Kaon you might like. If you're into action, then I don't know because I don't watch these. If you're into too deep for you anime, then ask someone else. I'm not an expert. Why don't you rewrite Buildcraft in Scala? That you're the 10th person asking the question, Sangar. The reason is I would stop getting pull requests, and I rely on them to even keep working on it. What is the one thing you regret not doing in Buildcraft? I actually regret moving to RF sometimes, but I knew it was the only option as it was too late. I also regret not rewriting the builder once and for all. Do you like my keyboard? I'm not going to check it because I'm too busy to press. Will items be banned on BTM 2016? I don't know. What is the meaning of life?
Body too.
It's to live it well and try to be friends with everyone, including your worst enemy. And that's something many people disagree on with me because I tried to make peace flex and that didn't turn out well for me. How do you feel about ASM? ASM is abused, but I know why it's abused. I feel it's a very good thing, but with great power comes great responsibility. Also, I do watch entry to hipster stuff. Well, I was just suggesting an entry comedy anime. I don't think K-On! Is the best, but I think it's a good entry one. Personally, one of my favorite animes to just chill out is Non-Biori. And of course, I like Nihijo a lot, but that's because I'm a strange person, strange tastes. Did you have just send it to me. I'm just going to answer. Okay, 5 more minutes, and then we're changing to Jared. Though I wish I could stay longer, but no. So please ask serious questions because I won't have much time to answer more. Why is ASM abused so much? It's because Forge, many modders don't want to go through Lex Manos, and they feel that writing a patch which finds the right code snippet in Minecraft and mods and patches it manually is easier than just sending a pull request to Forge and dealing with Lex. Where are the emergency exits located in this building? Copygirl made one, but you removed it. Can I ask you a question?
Go into the story about how your name means axe.
I would have a serious question.
Okay, AC, how much did you cry while watching Full Metal Alchemist?
I didn't watch Full Metal Alchemist.
Do watch it!
Boo, throw tomatoes.
Boo.
Okay. What was your question? And no, do not spawn the tomatoes. I want to see the backlog.
Yeah, sure. I feel like doing that now. If you wanted to ask us a serious question, what would it be?
Ask you all a serious question?
No, if you wanted us to ask you a question, which one would it be?
Probably the ones I spend more than 3 seconds answering are good ones.
How did you get into Minecraft?
Are there any plans for modding tutorial for Nova API? I think someone was working on one, but I'm not sure on the details. Do you want a cherry keyboard from 1980? Sure, why not? I can just solder something to it, so I guess you could contact me on IRC or Twitter. So yes, I want it. People might want to know your full name. I think you can find it on Google easily. Is balance necessary? That's a good one.
The answer is mine.
Balance. It depends on the pack. You know, because Tekkit with E2 wasn't very balanced, but it was very fun. It's easy to do a fun pack, and it's easy to do a balanced pack. The real challenge is making it both balanced and fun, so it's fun for everyone in all situations. So it's necessary because otherwise servers will go bonkers, and people will start having unfair advantages, and it will ruin the fun. How much? Whatever. Is there such a thing as objective balance? No, definitely not. What's balanced for one is unbalanced for another. Like, many people feel that thermal expansion is balanced, many feel it's overpowered, many people feel GregTech is balanced, and many feel it's too underpowered. How do you feel about PhiPi? And have you used it before? PhiPi isn't fully out yet, so I think I'll answer this question next con when it's more complete. Have you ever watched ASDF movie? Yes. I once saw someone called GregTech bloated overpowered crap. Well, maybe the add-on versions from 1.5 and 1.47 were somewhat overpowered, but the new ones aren't. Is Minecraft a game or a game development kit at this point? Nobody really knows. It depends on who you ask. Like, for vanilla players, it's definitely a game, but for us, it's kind of a game development kit now, especially with how the packs have essentially been changing Minecraft upside down. If you could change something in the development of Minecraft at any point, what would it be? I would have... I would have personally tried to add a modding API to Minecraft using a scripting language, a fast scripting language as soon as possible, but a good one. Then I would make an early modding API available for people that would work for SMP, and then I would probably make a central modding place to download mods from, and then possibly I would add something for mod authors to cooperate with server apps and stuff. It would be nice. Why are Obsidian Gears on your screen? Why not? What would you rather play? A mod pack with very few good choices, blah blah blah. I would actually play a mod pack with very few well-chosen mods because I like my speed and I like focusing on specific things at a time. What sort of mods do you plan to make later? I actually don't have any. I want to improve electronics and build craft still, and maybe work on some audio mod for the next con. What are your thoughts on multi-blocks? There are two groups of multi-blocks. The first group is multi-blocks, which are a single block, only larger. So they're a specific structure that can only be made this way, and they work like a single block except are larger. For instance, the Railcraft Rock Crusher or the Rail Coven, those are pretty terrible. The good ones are ones which you can freely extend and play with. The okay ones are the Railcraft tanks and things like that. The good ones are Tinker's Construct and Big Reactors, probably, because they're very flexible. So, will any machines in BC be converted to multi-blocks? It's very controversial because I wanted to convert them, but it would ruin the single-block experience of BC, so I'm not sure. How much more have you been programming compared to playing lately? Today I've been mostly playing because of the con, but I usually don't have time to play Minecraft at all, period. Do you feel the client server code-based merge? Do you feel the client server code-based merge was a good choice by Mojang? It was a good move by Mojang because there's a lot more money as well as fun in multiplayer over time. And from their point of view, it's very good because it helped multiplayer a lot at the cost of making as single player slower.
Okay, Asie, I'll send you the link in Mumble.
Okay, I'm going to keep wrapping up
Tom.
this. Yeah. Why? I'm just the remaining questions. Can I have creative to build? No. Why didn't modders use the Forge or dictionary correctly? There's the called I have a vision and I'm going to do it. That's the main reason why modders conflict. When you have two visions and they don't work with each other, and users complain to the modders that they don't work, tension. We'll be up tomorrow. If so, I think I will actually have another AMA tomorrow. Yeah, I'll just do a second AMA tomorrow, okay? Do you like programming games? It's hard. I hate the engines, but it's quite fun though. I'm not a good game designer. What about Red Logic Fun? We're going to talk about this private server, well, semi-public server after the con. Okay, it's been an hour and my throat is hurting a lot. Okay, so thanks a lot for staying here. Thanks a lot for staying here. I hope someone recorded this. Thanks a lot. I'm going to have another AMA session. Maybe, actually, I might run an AMA session after Jared. Again, if he has time.
Wait, about what?
Like if you finish, go asleep, I'm going to have a second AMA session today. If not, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Bye bye.
Okay, well. Okay.
I'm going to upload. I will
applause.
Give everyone a 2-minute break, Jared. Or a 1-minute break. I'm going to upload the image in the meantime.
Okay, ACK, that's a bitmap BMP file. Do you want it in a different format, or is that fine?
No, any format is fine. I'm going to convert it anyway.
What are you gonna convert it to?
Raw image data. I just leave
Dot
everyone a
RAW.
minute to. Just give everyone a minute to calm down.
Yeah, okay. Are you gonna be joining me on?
No, you're a robot. Sure.
I moved in from root by the server.
Really? Okay, Asie, are you gonna be joining me? Also, Mitchell Brown can join us.
I guess I could stay around, sit on a chair, and answer some questions, but I won't be participating as much because my phone hurts now. And I answered a lot of those questions that I had answered during my AMA, so I'm just going to skip those I already answered.
Okay, also, because of my lag, I won't be able to look at chat to get the questions. So please can everyone speak the questions. Or AC can relay them.
Actually, I think someone else could just read them. Just read them as they come along.
I can read them. I volunteer.
Yeah, I need someone to read them.
I'll read.
Okay, just pick whoever has the best accent for you.
Hello.
Okay, everyone say the brown fox ran over lazy brown fox.
What brown fox ran over the lazy brown fox?
Lazy brown fox.
Brown fox.
Okay,
The brown
the
fox
ran
over the lazy brown fox.
That was me, Master.
Master, congratulations, you are now my speaker.
Yay.
That's one heck of an image.
I'm going to go off to check what Fortune has been saying about me, so
yeah.
get back. I'm going to make a seat for myself here.
Come sit next to me. What are you doing?
Yeah, I should sit next to Master because I'm reading questions anyway.
Yeah.